Alabama.
Is it? Let's see if I can.
Let's see what it looks like. Gotta refresh your screen.
I do have to refresh my screen. I'm sure there's an easier way to do this. Oh, there we are.
There I am. Oh, aren't I cute?
You are cute. Okay.
There we go.
Hi, Kai. What's up? All right. Well, we are live. Welcome to Ask RNA number 251. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Angela.
We are your favorite mom and pop guitar shop and music lesson studio deep in the heart of Texas.
In the heart of Texas.
That's where we be right now. It's Saturday. We're doing live. It says a little more volume for Angela.
I'll talk a little bit louder, but that's, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not really talking that loud.
The mic is pointed right at you. Let's test.
Right at me. Oh yeah, y'all can hear me just fine. I just wasn't talking that loud.
I can boost it a smidgy smidge.
Pump up the jam.
We'll go to.
It's better. He said it's better.
Oh, it was on negative 10 dB.
What? He was trying to negative me.
How about now?
All right, now you're gonna hear the echo in the recording. Can you hear me and all that?
Is that better? Okay.
It's good now. Awesome. Thanks. Was it Tommy Mac? Thanks, Tommy Mac.
All right. So it's Saturday. I just clapped.
Again.
No sound effect this time.
No.
What we're going to do is we're going to answer some of the questions from last week's.
Yes.
Or the week before is Ask RNA.
I want to look at that camera because that's what I'm used to, but I have to look at it.
You have to look at this one. Look at the phone. We got the phone for the filming. We have the mic is on the other camera. So we're going to try to look right there.
Yes.
That's where we're looking. So now I'm going to look down here because I'm monitoring comments on the laptop.
Right.
So welcome, guys.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome to the Ask RNA live show. We've got about an hour.
Yes.
We got to cut it off because our son's birthday party is today.
Yes. But we wanted to get all your questions in and show y'all some love too because reasons.
Yeah. So, all right. Quick hello, Kai, Jeffrey, Tommy, RT Smudge, Tommy again, Wade, Graham. Hello.
Hello, hello.
We're going to answer some questions on the page here, and then we'll take some live questions as well. So, here we go. First question. Big Ugly 1911 says, I have a question for both of you awesome humans. What is your favorite meal, including dessert? Love y'all.
Yes.
Favorite meal.
Favorite meal.
Including dessert. Angela,
oh gosh.
Go.
Favorite, so my favorite meal, I think, would probably be a fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. And including with a dessert, probably any kind of cheesecake.
I could see that. Yeah.
So very rich. All the carbs.
All the carbs.
With garlic bread. And a sweet tea.
Texas sweet tea.
Texas.
Homemade.
Homemade sweet tea.
Mine's probably pizza.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that.
Jerry's pizza.
Yeah. No, I love like barbecue chicken pizza and any kind of fun, like exotic, not too exotic pizza, but yeah.
What's my favorite dessert?
#carbs. Yes, John. #carbs.
All the carbs.
Your favorite dessert is brownies.
That's right.
Your favorite dessert, hands down. Because if even on your birthday, you're like...
Fudgy brownies.
You're going to make some brownies? Not cakey brownies, but fudgy brownies are your favorite.
Yeah, I haven't had that in
or
a
any
while.
kind of chocolate peanut butter combination for you. You like that.
I do like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. Big Ugly 1911. Ryan. All right, next question. Let's see, it's from Jeffrey Egan from 2 weeks ago. Princess Buttercup or Princess Vespa? Who's your favorite?
I don't know who Princess Vespa is. Do we?
Yeah, from Spaceballs.
Oh, yes. Okay. I never watched that really as a kid. I mean, I did, but I wasn't into it like my cousins and my older sister were. So it was on, but I never really sat down and was interested in it. So that would not see. I asked who Princess
You
Vespa
didn't know who it was.
I didn't even
so
know who it
it's
was.
Princess
So
Buttercup.
Buttercup all the way because I can quote all of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Princess Buttercup.
Hands down.
I mean, I watched Spaceballs maybe 3 or 4 times probably in my life.
Yeah, it wasn't like the biggest thing in my life compared to other movies at that time.
It is definitely inferior to The Princess Bride.
Definitely.
In every
and
way.
Star Wars.
And Star Wars. All right, so there we go.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Egan's question from a while back. Let's see if we got any live ones. We'll answer a live one real quick. Let's see.
There,
Ernie
Jeffrey
Ball
said he agreed. Jeffrey Egan's on.
The Wes Herring says Ernie Ball 10s versus NYXL 10s. NYXL 10s. Yeah. I have actually a set of some Ernie Ball strings that I'm going to do a shootout comparison with.
Right.
Actually, I think I already put those on.
So
but
now
I like the NYXLs personally.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So live question now. Back to the questions from previous weeks. Penny Wisdom says, "What's your favorite car, either current or classic? For me, it's the Challenger RT all the way." And he says, "And now I'm just now seeing the video where we were shooting guns. What's the most rare, unusual, or high caliber gun you've shot?" Nice. Okay. Favorite car, current or classic? We know. Well, I know what yours is.
Yes.
Favorite car?
That is mine.
It is a '78 black Pontiac Firebird with a gold. See? Smoking the Bandit.
Complete 100%.
78.
Hands down.
Easily.
The Smokey and the Bandit car. Hands down. My favorite car ever.
Easily.
That or like the Black Impala from Supernatural.
Yeah. Or I thought it was you also liked the Jaguar.
I did. I like the classic Jaguars.
Classic Jags.
Classic Jags.
Classic Jags.
Yeah.
I don't know what mine is. That's a good question.
You've never really voiced like a favorite car, but I was like when I was in junior high school, I had pictures of muscle cars in my room, like on my wall.
The coolest car, like I like Tahoes, like a Chevy Tahoe is just great.
He's a minivan man.
Yeah, but for the longest time, see, my cousin had a 1967 Chevy 2 Nova.
That's right.
Which I always thought was really cool. So it was his dad's. His dad got it brand new when he was 16 in like '67, and he kept it forever. And then, his son, who's also my cousin, that was his car in high school. We rode around in it. I thought it was the coolest car ever.
Yeah.
So I always thought those were kind of neat because I rode around in one quite a bit. But like a '60s Camaro is something I really wanted, like a '68 Camaro.
Those are awesome.
That would be cool.
Or Mustang.
But nowadays, like a Tahoe is great. I miss our Tahoe. We have an Avalanche.
We have really big kids. So
we have large children.
Having a small car is just not in the plans. Not until they leave home.
Yeah, and even then, I got to carry drums and guitars.
Yeah, but just to have it like just for fun, a funsy guitar, like a date night car, will have to be the Trans Am first.
Yeah. Well, I've always also liked the early '80s Corvettes, like an '82 Corvette with the big fenders. I was like, oh man, I kind of still want one. Let's see another quick. Oh, let's finish his. His other one was, what's the most rare, unusual, or high caliber gun you've shot?
I've never shot a rare, or unusual, or high caliber gun before. 22 rifle is the strongest gun.
No, you've shot pistols.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but not like unique.
Not like
rare.
Desert Eagles, something crazy.
No, just handguns.
Yeah. The most rare or unique one I ever shot was a fully automatic M16.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I didn't go that time with you.
You did not go. You should have come with us. You would have had a blast.
I wanted you guys to have your time. I thought that was fun. I love it when they all just go and have fun.
Yeah, there were girls there.
I know, but...
Mel was there. Brianna was there.
I know.
You could have shot. But, it was a fully automatic M16, which was super awesome. Because it's pretty rare to be able to shoot a fully automatic rifle here in America.
Yeah.
they're out there, and with a certain kind of license, you can get a license to
You can
own
carry 'em.
a full automatic.
I mean, you can own them.
You can own them.
You can't
Can't necessarily
them.
carry them around,
No.
but it's very expensive, and there's a lot of background check stuff involved to get that,
Good.
which is fine,
All for it.
But the guy who had it, there was a period of time, I think it was before 1982, before 81. Anyway, you could buy one, and if you have one from that time period that you own, it's legal. So it's legal to own it. Yeah, you're kind of grandfathered in for that. And so we had a friend of a friend who had a lot of guns, and we went to his place to shoot, and that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And even we took our friend Pat with us, and he's never shot a gun at all,
Right.
being from Australia. And so he got to shoot all kinds of guns, and then he also got to shoot a fully automatic M16. So I told him, Pat, you don't understand, man. Like, we don't even get to do that here. That's very rare. So that was that was pretty neat. That's the most rare one
It's pretty impressive.
I've done. So it was fun. It was just like, there's like $20 just right out the barrel. So pretty neat. Let's come back to a live question. Topher Taylor says, Elixer or NYXL? NYXL. Easily. I don't care for Elixir strings. I've always had bad experiences with them personally, and even at a long time ago when I worked at a big box guitar store, we sold Elixir strings, and constantly people were coming in, hey, I just bought this set. I broke the G string. Do you have a single G string? Nope, sorry, because we don't sell individuals. You got to buy a whole new pack. Like all the time, people were having breakage issues.
So it put like a...
Yeah, it kind of put a bad taste. I mean, I was like, try these D'Addario EXPs. And they don't break as much, so. All right, so there's my thoughts on that. NYXL or EXPs. Yeah. All right, next question. David Munoz. Hey, RNA, I know your kids are not that musically inclined, and you didn't want to force them, but is there anything you can think you could have done to change that? I just have 3 baby girls, and I love it when they grab their toy instruments when I practice at home and don't want to lose that. Hashtag Ooks for Ang. What you're doing, I mean, we had instruments around the house, and we had toy guitars, like here, and, they would just bang on it and make noise.
All the time.
When they were little bitty, it was just kind of like to put it in their mind that, hey, this is fun, and I like it. That's kind of what we did, and just sort of hoped that they would want to play as they got older and be interested in it. But I mean, they're both very talented musically. They both have a natural inclination.
They do, both of them.
But they just don't really have
the want
to sit down and just really get after it and play. So it's just fine. I mean, we could have forced them, just like you force your kids to brush their teeth. You force your kids to do their math homework even if they don't want to, because you know that learning math is a skill they're going to need and use later in life.
Yeah, you can do that.
We force them to do history homework. We force them to do,
people who hate brushing their teeth.
Yeah.
And hate doing math and fail and will never do anything that has to do anything with math. And so we didn't want to put that kind of bad taste in our kids' mouth. But I think what we're going to say, what was your advice for the baby girls? Because I'll say mine.
Just to like kind of do what, have like toys, musical toys for them to play with, and try to get them, if they're already kind of wanting to play along with you while you're playing, just kind of encourage that, and hopefully it'll kind of spark the hunger in them for them to do it on their own, but just to see you having fun doing it. Yeah. Take them to musical places, performances.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like Nicholas has been to concerts, so he's more inclined to actually play than Aiden is. Aiden's never really been to a concert, other than our recitals, and so he's never really seen the result of practicing, or other than what we've shown him through playing at church or, like I said, at recitals. But I think that if you have kids who are musically inclined, or they have the want to. One thing that we didn't do was put them in front of live music a lot, and expose them to bands that they would like, or even bands like for girls, have them see women who have been successful in the music arena, and all brands of music, not just heavy metal or country singers, but let them see orchestra players and women who have arranged scores for movies. There's so much in the music industry that we sometimes tend to funnel it into one area. So kids think, well, I don't want to do that, so obviously I'm not going to do music. But the music is so broad now, where from movies to
video games
to worship leaders to just all kinds of stuff. Studio musicians, you don't have to tour; you can just be on the album. So to expose them to all that kind of stuff, I think kind of helps fuel that along as they get older. So it doesn't kind of pigeonhole them into thinking this is all music is. So
there you go. Good tips. Awesome. Okay, let's see if we got any live questions.
All right.
Let's see. It says, Graham Campbell, any advice for us guitar teachers that are changing to Skype lessons because of the current situation? All right. So, yeah, this is the whole coronavirus thing is really starting to lock down here in the States, probably everywhere else. This past week, we kind of made a decision. We put the video up about that, about going to Skype lessons or FaceTime or Zoom. I would say kind of be proactive about it. If you've already have students, hopefully go ahead and mention it to them. Like, hey, here's what we're going to do. Let's get your information. Let's get it set up. Just assume that they're going to do it. And, don't say, well, you can stop. Don't offer them the option of like, well, we'll just quit and come back. Just say, hey, your lesson coming up this week, just because of all the safety concerns and social distancing, we're going to do this on Skype. So here's my Skype address. Let's get you set up and make sure you're ready to go. Or you could do FaceTime, explore the options. Just put it out there. I did one today. I did a piano lesson Skype today with one of my students. It worked out pretty well, honestly. I mean, the audio isn't as awesome, obviously, as it is in person. Yeah. But it works. I mean, we could do it. I could play and he could hear me. When he was playing, I could hear him go, oh, nope, measure 3. That quarter note on beat 4, it's staccato. You're not doing a staccato there. Oh yeah, I see it. So it actually has worked pretty well so far. We've done 5 or 6, I don't know, so far. And I presume going forward this next week they'll probably all be Skype. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next day or two things are continuing to change, right? So California is already kind of on lockdown to where all non-essential businesses are closed. The governor declared that. I think New York is that way now.
Places all over.
I heard this morning that Pennsylvania and a couple of other states have basically gone to, hey, all non-essential businesses need to close. Everyone stay at home, unless, you have to go to the doctor, have to go get medicine, that kind of stuff. So I would not be surprised if in the next day or two that came through for Texas or came through for the rest of the country. We don't know. Everything's changing very quickly, and each day new info is coming out. But I would try to get your students to do it. Like for us, so far it has worked really well. Yeah. Not as great as being in person, but it definitely works, and they can still continue their lessons, and it'd be a great thing for them to focus on. Instead of being worried or stressed out or just playing video games. Right. Like, play some video games. That's awesome. But why not play some music as well? Yeah. So. Yeah.
But get a place and get it set up. We use our laptop instead of using like a phone or an iPad. The delay in the video seems to lag a little bit more the smaller the device. So get a laptop, a good laptop if you have one. Use it. And set it up to where they can see your hands, so they can hear, but you can also see theirs. So if you have to do like a practice run, it's like, hey, here, call me in 5 minutes so we can set up what it's going to look like.
Do a test.
And do a test run. That's always good because it only takes 5 minutes to say this is where you need to have your laptop, because mom and dad are there most of the time, unless you have an adult student, and adults will be able to handle it just fine. But if you have a 5-year-old or 10-year-old or even a 14-year-old, they're not going to understand exactly what to do, even though most kids are, inclined technically. But when it comes to something like this, they don't think that way.
Yeah, some
So,
do. Some are pretty sad.
Some do, some don't. Most don't. Unless it's just a game, they usually don't know to work camera angles for something like this, a conversation like this. Get it where it's set up properly so you can see their hands, or sit back far enough where they can see your hands, and then you can zoom in and say, see, this is what I'm doing. See, these are the strings, and then sit back and say, this is what it sounds like. Make sure you have an audible, that they can hear you clearly, and just go for it. What's great, I was talking to a parent the other day, been great about this, that the silver lining, the sunshine that you can find in this is that now that we are doing this kind of mandatory online lesson teaching, it opens up the door for people like y'all, if y'all want to ask us, so that, we can PayPal the money, or we can open it up now to a broader range, because it kind of forced us to kind of expand our musical parameters to more and more students. So don't be afraid to use social media to put out there that now you are doing Skype lessons, because if you're at home and you have time, because this is all you do, then you'll have the opportunity to expand your business, and maybe someone in Kentucky or someone in England or someone in, a reasonable time zone. Australia might not work, but might be able to sign on, and so that might open up actually something better. And then whenever you get back into the gear, maybe you can kind of rearrange your schedule a little bit to still fit those people in and still keep that kind of monetary bump in your pocket. So I would just say set it up in a way where they can see you, and don't forget to put it on social media, and be very good with your communication.
And just give it a try. If you can we've got one student who was like, well, can they still come in person? Because I think they need to be in front of a person. We're like, well, first it was like, yes. But now I think in the next day or two, it's going to have to be like,
it has to
no,
be
we can't do that. Yeah. But let's just give it a shot. Give it a try, and you might be surprised how well it works. So
right, exactly.
All right. I'm looking over here, the laptop's over here. So I'm, if you're wondering what I'm staring at, I'm looking at the chat and monitoring that. We'll come back. Oh, one question from the live. Al broke it. 3 songs we should learn while in quarantine. That's a good one. Well, let's do it.
Oh gosh, depends on what instrument.
Yeah, I would say one that you really love, that I've always wanted to learn but have never done because maybe you didn't think you could, or you weren't good enough, or it's too hard, from a genre you really love. Try to learn one from a genre that is not your favorite. Mm-hmm. Like for me, that'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go learn this country song.
Yeah.
I don't natively love country music.
Correct.
Necessarily. I appreciate it. I've taught quite a few.
You don't have to defend country music. We're good. Yeah.
All right. But there are some challenging chops that you can learn. Like for me, doing some chicken picking stuff that's not my normal thing. When I've had to do that, I actually ended up really kind of enjoying it. I was telling one of my drum students yesterday, hey, here's this beat. Here's the way. This is very common, a common country beat. If you move it to the drum set, you should probably learn to play this. I don't normally love playing a lot of country stuff, but there's a few times even on drums I had to play country. Mm-hmm. Actually, I kind of had fun doing it because it was so different from what I was used to. Mm-hmm. And then, learn something super popular, whatever's the trending thing right now.
And just even if it's out of the box, completely different, genre that just like a John Legend song. If you never listen to John Legend, learn a John Legend song. If it's One Direction or Justin Bieber, I don't know people. I'm just naming things that are popular. Whatever it is, just learn something fun that will, especially if you have kids around. Ask your kid. If you have 3 children, ask each one of them what is their favorite song, and learn those 3 favorite songs, because then you'll be playing something that they can enjoy and listen to and be able to maybe even sing along with you. So that might be an option. Or your wife's favorite song. Yeah. Or someone that you're in quarantine with.
The Wiggles.
Yes, exactly.
There you go. So awesome. We're going to come back to our questions from last week. Let's see. Next question. Fat Philosopher. I feel the neck on one of my guitars is too thick, but I love the fretboard. Is getting the neck shaved thinner a viable option? How expensive would it be? Everything is possible. But, and as far as how expensive it would be, I don't know, because I don't do that kind of work. It'd probably be a couple $100 to take it to someone qualified to do it. I probably wouldn't do it.
Right.
Yeah. A better option would just be go buy another guitar that has a thinner neck with the similar fretboard. So everything is possible. But is it worth the time that's going to take? And then what if you don't like it if it's not shaved just exactly the way you want?
Just right.
Yeah. I think that's a real sketchy situation to get into because
Gotta
they could shave it
pro.
down thinner, but then you might be like, well, it's not quite what I like.
Yeah.
Can we shave it some more? And, you know. I probably wouldn't. I would just go hunt for another guitar with a similar fretboard with a neck that you like.
Yeah.
That's just me. Next question. Pasty Gansta. Thank you both for doing these questions. Are there any guitar repairs or tune-ups that you loathe to do? Any experience with piezo pickups, like-dislike opinions? Had a nephew drop off a Parker Fly for me to fix. Scratching my head on this one. Hashtag KTMA. I don't like doing 12-string guitars, acoustics, because it's just tedious to get them all tuned.
Mandolins.
Mandolins. Yes, that's a good one. Good suggestion, because a lot of times getting the little bridge piece off the mandolin.
It has that ornate bridge.
Because you got to pry that thing off, and then the strings are like hooked on these little bitty hooks. That's a pain in the butt. I'd rather do a Floyd
welcome.
Rose. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't even in my mind.
Yes.
Mandolins.
I was trying to think through all the ones you've done.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, the most frustration I've ever seen him
Yes.
is changing mandolin strings.
Yes.
Easiest, probably ukuleles, because just tiny knots.
Ukes are pretty easy. It's like a classical guitar.
Yeah.
Floyds are not that bad. Like once you get used to them, a Floyd Rose, really, once you do enough of them, it's not too big of a deal.
Ping, 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 ping.
It's the BitterBassMan pinging us.
Yes.
So there you go. Mandolins for sure. Okay, let's see. Oh, RT Smudge said, have you tried the D'Addario XTs yet? I have not tried those. So I think that's the new coated strings coming from D'Addario. I have not tried them. They haven't sent me any free ones to test drive either.
Yeah.
Thanks, D'Addario. But I will eventually try those. Hello, Dashly Dave. Hello, Dale Palmer. Hello, Big Johnson. Hello, Kim's Workshop. Hello, RT Smudge.
Sour notes.
CR Cook. Try to get to everybody. Dastardly Dave. Brian Strasser said, where's the BitterBassMan these days? That's a question in here. He's at home right now, painting his cabinets. But I saw him earlier this morning. He came into the shop this morning to pick up his bass, one of his basses that was here. So yeah, he's just busy.
We'll have to go by and look through his
Working.
big kitchen window and stare at, you know, because we have to distance ourselves and just look at his work.
Yeah. Well, I might have to later this week, if we're forced to work strictly from home, I may go work from his home because his internet is really fast. He's got blazing fast internet at his house. So if I'm doing Skype, maybe.
Yes.
Because our Skype at the house is not as fast as the Skype internet here at the shop. Well, you know, whatever. But yeah, no, he's working. He's either at work or he's at home. That's kind of where.
Not
we're
play
close,
video
so.
games and chat about
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
What? Video games.
What? Never.
Okay. There we go. Next question. S750F. Were you able to make the fat guitar straps and figure out you can make them for less than $400? Yes. So we talked about, I think 2 weeks ago, we showed some of the guitar straps that I made myself because I didn't want to spend $400 for the place in California that makes them for Zakk Wylde. I was able to figure out how to make them.
Yeah.
And making them for less than $400. But even nowadays, they're not $400 anymore. You could go buy it. The same company who was making them for $400 back then makes them for $250 now. $250.
Oh,
$250. $250. They came down. I think the demand for Zakk Wylde guitar straps has dropped to where people aren't going to spend $400 to have a strap, just like Zakk's. I did figure out how to make them. What I did learn, though, is it's not necessarily the materials, even though sometimes leather can be expensive to get, because I would just buy it in big chunk,
Yeah,
or
like a big
shoulder,
old
or
strip.
whatever, you know, and then hand cut it out
Rawhide.
with shears, and it was all done by hand. It's the labor that was involved. So it was my time of hand doing everything. It took a while, and so that's where the money is.
Mm-hmm.
The money is in, because
Wiggling.
it's not a machine in China
It's not machine.
punching it out, you know, cranking out 100 of them in 10 minutes.
Yes.
It's all done by one person hand. So
Yes.
it was
Lots of comments going.
it was a lot.
Yeah.
I did make and sell a few, but then I kind of decided, like, this is too time consuming for me to do.
Yeah.
And people probably don't want to pay what they need to pay for it to be worth it for me, because
Not so
you know.
much.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's like crocheting. People are like, "Hey, can you make this Pokemon that's like 7 feet tall?" It's like, I mean, yeah, technically I
$700.
could. And they're like, "Oh, how much?" I was like, it'll be probably about $400 to $500. What? Oh man, no, I was thinking more like 30. Really?
Yeah. The yarn would
No.
be $50.
No. No.
That's $50 worth of yarn, let
You
alone.
go look up on Wish, on the Wish app, and find you a Pokemon for $3 or free if you buy them ugly shoes. Go to Wish, because I'm not making that for $30.
Yeah. It's the time involved for
It'll
anything.
take me like 6 months to make it.
Yeah,
You only
anything
get-
crafted. It's the time that it takes
Yeah.
you to do it. So
Yeah.
my time's worth more than $2 an hour personally.
No
So
doubt. How many pages of questions is it?
just these things.
Okay.
All right.
I'll say we're wrapping this up today.
We got what's
I
our
got-
time?
I
limit?
got stuff to do. We might have like 20 minutes left.
20 minutes.
Maybe.
Okay. Let me know when it's time.
Okay, I will. So
Let me know. Okay. Next question from the paper. Big John. Hey Ryan, have you ever wrote a song, finished it, and then realized your song was a combination of two songs from bands you like? Hashtag Ukes for Ange.
that's me.
No. Mm-mm. Now I have had a couple of songs where, like, there's a certain part of it, like this one little slide or this one little chord thing was like totally reminds me of this other song.
Mm-hmm.
But no, not for me. Now, Paul has written some stuff. I was like, dude, that sounds like Tool, or that sounds just like this. He's like, that's not the song. It doesn't sound anything like that. I'm like, it literally sounds exactly like the vocal melody from this song.
Right. But sometimes it'll be, but he does that too. Sometimes he does that too. Like he'll be like, hey, what does this sound like to you? And so I think it's because his mind's already there that he's more inclined to pick stuff out, because he already does that to other songs.
Yeah.
Like there's Greatest Showman. There's one part of one of the songs from The Greatest Showman. He was like, doesn't that sound like Chasing Waterfalls by Beyonce? I was like, yeah, actually it kind of does. And so he's already inclined to hear that kind of stuff. So I think because he will do that with his own music. But you don't.
I don't.
You're like, well, I don't hear it. So I don't think, because you don't hear those things, you aren't going to probably have that.
Yeah.
Because it's a brain thing.
Yeah.
You know, a subconscious type thing.
Probably so. Well, everything you do is a combination of something you've heard before.
Yes.
It's all like a nice soup.
I can see
influences.
you ripping something from a classical song that nobody's ever heard because of all the theory classes that you know.
Don't give away my secrets.
Oh my god. I'm sorry. But I could see that being in your subconscious because of the many hours that you had to spend learning that kind of stuff.
Oh man.
Versus like a Metallica song or Black Sabbath or
Yeah.
you know.
I
something
overthink
like
things.
that. Or
I
Van
should write
Halen or
songs
something.
more like, you know, Black Sabbath. I love Black Sabbath because their stuff's so simple, but it's so awesome.
Yes.
But yeah. Thanks for the question, Big John. Next question, LD Clap. Which cloudy with a chance of meatballs do you like the best, the first or the second? Also, Ryan, do you prefer to improvise your guitar solos or compose them? I didn't know there was a second one. Have I seen the second one?
Yes, it's the one whenever they go back with the guy who's like the internet guru person, and they try to go back to the island after because the island started evolving.
I haven't seen it.
And he's all like, he does like his breakdancing stuff when he talks, because he's like basically digital. And he has like an orangutan that is, can talk.
I'm looking at the wrong camera. Haven't seen it.
One,
so number one.
One all the way. One all the way. I did not like the second one at all. But I can still, to this day, have the one playing and still giggle at some parts.
It's pretty funny.
It's pretty stinking funny.
Number one.
It was very well written. Yeah.
I want to watch
for
it now.
A lot of the SNL casts that are on there.
I had to go look up last week the Fleur.
Flizniffer.
So I knew how to spell it.
Yeah.
For last week's video.
Fliz.
Jeffrey Egan said, I can just imagine Led Zeppelin ripping off Chasing Waterfalls. They probably would.
I believe it.
They were absolutely
they love taking
thieves.
black folk stuff like all the time.
Yeah.
So.
They'd be stealing the black man's music and passing it off as their own.
All day, every day.
Oh, man. So bad. I still like them, though.
Yeah.
Even though they're racist.
Triggered.
Stealing from black people.
You can't say that word. You have to bleep it out. It's become
crap.
like an offensive word. Like
I can't bleep it. It's live.
Oh, crap.
Dang it.
You can't say that.
Oh,
it's like really bad for social media.
I got to get back onto being
Yes.
live.
Yes.
We got to watch. There's no editing on this one.
No.
So y'all will
Lord.
see how we really interact. What's the chemistry really like when the camera's live and
Dear God.
I can't edit you smiling at me.
Raining in.
Yeah.
Raining in.
Okay. I can imagine that. All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
And what
Do I prefer to improvise my guitar solos or compose them? Depends on the situation.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather compose them, honestly. And like if I'm working on a song I've written, or if I know like I'm going to play a song coming up, I like to learn them. Just like kind of learning, if I learn a song that already has a solo that's written, I go through it and measure by measure, lick by lick, kind of learn it and connect it all together and play it. So a couple of times I've done a solo for some friends, or I'm writing something for myself. I will tend to kind of compose it.
Mm-hmm.
But like at church, there's pretty often like we got a song that has a little instrumental break in the middle, like, oh, play a solo here. I'm like, oh, do what? Oh, okay. And then I just have to kind of like off the cuff do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I can do both, but given my preference, I would rather compose it because I get stressed out when I have to improvise it because I'm just like, what am I going to do? Whatever it is, do it now.
Right.
Do it now. So I would rather compose. I don't think my improvising skills are as good as they probably should be to do that. But it was funny. We did Black Sabbath at the recital.
And
I totally improvised the solo, which
did.
made me mad because I practiced note for note the solo from the record, which Tony doesn't play live. Live, Tony improvises it. So it's like, that's not even, okay, fine. But I learned it note for note like the record, played it so many times, and then on stage when we played it, I completely went blank after the first two notes.
You did great.
Well, actually, it did turn out really good. I was fairly impressed with what I did do.
Yeah.
But it was just, had to make it up on the spot, and it worked out. I'd rather be prepared, though. So.
Yes.
Okay.
It's always good to be prepared.
Next question. Metallica 29. Always do the videos. Here's a question for RNA.
Yes.
South by Southwest was just canceled due to the COVID-19 concerns. As music fans who go to concerts from time to time, what are your thoughts? Thanks for keeping the music alive. Angela, have you checked out Miles Kennedy's solo stuff yet? I feel you'll enjoy it more than Alter Bridge.
Oh.
Okay, so this was like a week, 2 weeks ago?
Yes. So, yeah, it's been major cancellations.
It's been canceled. Lots more canceled since then.
I have a conference that it was going to be in May, a women's conference, and I had to cancel that. Been planning it for a year. And
yes.
So, yeah, our thoughts are it sucks.
It does suck. It certainly does suck.
We didn't cancel it. I postponed it. We are going to continue to have it. We'll just wait until the dust settles.
Later in the year.
Later or next year.
So
we'll see.
Initially I kind of thought maybe people were overreacting a little bit. And then I kind of thought, well, maybe you have people who are like super overreacting.
Right.
And then you have some people who are like, it's no big deal. It's just whatever.
Right.
I think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
We're not. I think it's a bigger deal than what a lot of people are thinking it is. And I think it's maybe not the end of the world like some other people think.
Right.
So I think we're kind of somewhere in the middle. And, having like older parents, Both my parents are still with us. You know, my mom, today is my mom's birthday. I have to call her.
Happy birthday, Rose.
Happy birthday, Mom. My mom is 74 today. My dad is 78.
Yes.
My dad is 78. They're still around. Your parents or your dad's 73.
He just turned 73 last week.
You know, so we have parents that are of
Your
that
mom's will be 64.
age where if they got sick, it would be bad. My stepdad is like 77. If he got sick, he would die.
Yeah.
Like, because he already has
a very low immune system.
Yep, and lung problems and stuff. So, you know, I feel like there's nothing wrong with being cautious. I don't like being told what to do, like the government. I feel real weird about the government saying you must stay indoors. I'm like, you can't. I'm an American. You can't make me do that, government. You can strongly recommend it, and I would go.
He is such a Texan.
Okay.
He is such a Texan.
If you strongly recommend it, that it would be best for everybody if we all kind of did this together. I'd be like, okay,
come and take it.
I can feel that. But as soon as you tell me I have to do it, I'm like, I don't like ultimatums, government. I don't like ultimatums.
Yeah.
He said it bleeped it for us. So
yes, thanks for bleeping.
Yeah, it kind of, you know, it sucks, but I think, you know, erring on the side of caution is probably not a bad thing. Yes, it's going to suck financially for a lot of people, and there's a lot of people who are out of work right now and affecting them. But I guess it's better than people dying.
The alternative.
Yeah. So, all right, let me look at the live questions real quick. Let's see.
Because there's honestly nothing happening, planning that has been planned that is more important than family lives. Honestly, there's nothing here that we can purchase that's more than.
Dale said, please don't edit this later because the live chat would be disabled on the replay. Okay. Just some Greta Van Fleet discussion. Yeah. Okay.
I don't think there's any questions.
Oh, Kai said that the Dallas Guitar Show is rescheduled to July 31st, August 1st and 2nd. Going to be hot then. Yes, it will, because the Dallas Guitar Show is in May.
Yes.
It was going to be in May.
Yes, that's right.
So, I mean, if they're rescheduling, you know.
Everybody is.
Everybody has to.
Because there's, I mean, our reasoning, like even for the conference, we had to think
John.
How many people were going, where it was going to be tight financially and still recovering physically. So even if they cut it off at mid-May or mid-April, let's say, then people still have to recover and get their footing back. So asking them to just, you know, do that and travel and find it, it's a little insensitive. So giving people enough time, well, if they push it to mid-June, even July might be pushing it. So I think playing it, you know, step by step, and, you know, by ear, it's the right thing to do. So who knows, but it is what it is because people are more important than events.
Yeah. Angela, have you checked out Miles Kennedy's solo stuff?
I have not.
I haven't either.
I haven't had time to check anything. I actually missed a podcast interview because
for your podcast.
For my podcast, because of all this, we were trying to get Skype and all this stuff set up, and it just completely lost me. So, let alone try to find it, you know, do things.
Dig into. Yeah, I keep meaning to because
I bet it really. Yeah, I bet it will be very great. I'll try to. Yeah.
Metallica 29. Brian Strasser live said, I understand your feelings about being told what to do. As a resident of New York, I struggle with that. I find extra things to do when we go on food runs. Going to the dump has become a fun outing. Yeah.
Like the dump? Like the garbage dump?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking.
Dumping things.
Oh, okay. I thought. Not
taking one somewhere.
Okay.
Going to
I was
there.
Like,
going to there.
I mean, you can be.
All right, next question. StratoCat62.
We're live.
Hashtag Thor. Hi, all being a Gibson fan, I was just curious if you were still playing your Les Paul and if you still enjoy it. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. I am still playing my...
Ryan, are you playing that Gibson that you got yourself?
Yes. I actually played it last week. I'll have you know.
Really?
Yes, I brought it to work. So the reason why you probably don't see them very much.
You get nervous, you're stroking your beard.
No.
You only do that whenever you're nervous.
No. So I keep the 96 Burgundy wine red Les Paul standard. It's in the bedroom, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Right next to my wine red 91 Gibson Explorer.
I gotta take a drink.
They're both in their cases in the bedroom, right between my desk and my dresser at the house. I tend to like my expensive guitars, or maybe not expensive, because that Les Paul wasn't even the most expensive one I bought.
Mm-hmm.
But the ones that are kind of the most,
like have sentimental-ishy.
Yeah, I mean they
They're
are
like
valuable,
but they're important guitars.
Yeah. So my Explorer typically stays at the house. The Les Paul stays at the house. The Ocho, the USA Custom Shop Washburn, which is probably more expensive than all of them combined. You know, if I had purchased them at full prices and all that sort of stuff.
He's explaining, yep, the dump.
The Ocho, my custom shop Washburn, it stays at the house. Majority of the ones that are, you know, valuable or very sentimental typically stay at the house. And I busted it out the other day because I was like, I need to play this thing. And,
yeah, he does.
So, no, I still like it. I'm still very happy I have it. I don't have any regrets about buying it. Do you?
No.
No, I'm glad.
I like the
great.
story behind it. So
Yes.
I think it was a very purposeful and lovely purchase.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Honestly. I really
Okay,
do.
good.
Yes.
You're not just saying that for the camera.
Okay.
Shop very much.
Mm-hmm.
And usually at church, because most of the time Sunday mornings or band practices at church, you know, I usually take a picture of here's what I'm playing today, guys. What are you playing? Put that on our Instagram page. The same thing. I usually don't take those guitars to church either. Every now and then I will, just for funsies. But most of the time I kind of take my more affordable kind of workhorse guitars, which I have plenty of.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, I do still love it.
Yeah.
So maybe I need to use it in a video soon. So thank you, Stratocat. Let's see where the live questions are going. Does your Les Paul stay in tune? Mine doesn't. You know, it stays in tune pretty well. Honestly, I mean, as well as any of my others. I don't think I have a guitar that just doesn't stay in tune real well.
Sorry.
I'm trying to think if I do. It does. Let's see. Any thoughts? Dale Palmer says, any thoughts on Fender no longer supporting Fuse? Anyone cares about digital support longevity for products for currently sold? I think you're talking about amps. I think it's, yeah. I'm not into Fender stuff a lot, but I'm not really sure on that. I saw a video about that a couple of weeks ago, I think. I thought they were going to still bring. I thought they still were going to have support for that, but maybe not. Dastardly Dave says, my guitar teacher does not bring the good stuff to the shop to play. Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, the good stuff. I mean, I have some really nice imports that I keep here at the shop. Right now, everything's at the house, though. Actually, yesterday, we took everything.
Yeah.
All the guitars are now at the house.
Yeah.
My personal guitars.
Yes.
Personal guitars are at the house. So depending on what happens the next couple of days, we may even move some of my really good amps to the house. If we have to close the business due to like some kind of government restriction, or the governor of Texas says all businesses have to close except for essentials. Like if we have to shut the doors.
Because we're not essential as much as we think we are.
I am the most essential music store in Canton, Texas. We'll probably take all the good stuff to the house if we have to be closed for a week or two. Now we'll work from home teaching lessons,
right,
and that kind of stuff. But all right, so let's
gotta wrap up.
How many more minutes?
Like 9.
9 minutes. Okay, 9 minutes. We're gonna speed through these questions. You've never seen this before. It's gonna be going to be amazing.
Simply amazing.
What is it? What does Trump always say?
I don't know.
I don't know
Let's
either.
keep going.
He always says the same stuff.
Oh my
All right. Unfrickin' believable. Don't collect pedals? No, I don't collect pedals. I have some pedals, but I don't collect them. I'd rather collect guitars.
Yes.
Next question. Walking Dead 1369. Hashtag Thor. Didn't Ola copyright the claps? No, because we've been doing Ask RNA FAQ Friday videos way longer than Ola. So Ola's late to the party. We've been doing it way longer than he has. And I'm pretty sure if we go back and watch the early Ask
That's
RNAs,
just what he does.
there's plenty of those.
He does that at home, guys. Like, I noticed that the other day. He was like, you know what? I need to...
Do I?
Yes, you do.
I never noticed it.
I'm going to call you out on it now. You have to be like very subconscious. We're not even talking about it. So I'm going to have to make sure I remember that.
I never noticed it
Remember, okay.
until Home Dude pointed out online that he really disliked it.
Yes.
Now, but I did it before Ola, and we even did FAQ videos before Ola.
Yes.
So
All right.
Ola
Calm
probably
down.
Ola's, no. I
Calm
like
down,
Ola.
Thor.
He's hilarious.
Yeah.
All right. Next question, music and more. Question, what would you do if you had a guitar that was the best sounding and playing guitar you ever played, but it was a single pickup guitar? Would you take a chance on ruining it by routing out a cavity for a neck pickup, toggle switch, and volume knob for versatility and tone, or would you try and sell it knowing you're going to take a significant loss financially on it? I would keep it and enjoy it and buy another guitar.
Yes, that's exactly what he would do.
Best sounding and playing guitar ever played, but a single pickup. I would just use it anytime I needed a single pickup. It's the best sounding and best playing. I would not try to do all kinds of crazy routing and
Frankenstein
stuff.
it, no.
Yeah, I would not. I would just buy another one. Questions always buy more. Guitars are essential for life. I agree, Jeffrey. Next question. Just fun guitar. I clapped again. Thank you for the answers. Now a question from the wife. Just fun guitar wifey has a question. Do you have any habits that annoy each other?
Oh dear God. No, I'm just kidding.
What habits do I have that annoy you? Habits, not just in general things that annoy you.
Right here. This.
Why does it annoy you?
It doesn't annoy me other than
finding beard hairs everywhere.
That, yes, because they're everywhere. But I have to say, my ponytail hairs and my long hairs have been all over, creation.
Yeah, you have
YouTube.
way more
So it's,
hair.
It balances things. But whenever he does that, I know he's extremely anxious, not nervous, but anxious, or he's worried, or he's like really deep in thought, and he'll just do this, and then before you know it, he goes and pulls the hair. I'm like, stop! You don't have much. You're not gonna have much left. Stop. Like seriously, stop. Like
right now.
Not like in general, like right now, this
okay.
moment. So yeah, that bothers me. What bothers you about me? Me telling you to stop.
Being told what to do. I hate ultimatums.
I didn't give you an ultimatum.
I know, you never do. She's never given me an ultimatum.
Never. I hate them myself, so why would I give them to people? That's a hypocrite.
That's tough.
Because there's so many? Oh, man.
I don't know where to start. There's I'm trying to think. Habits.
Watching Star Trek late at night.
No, it's probably...
Eating in bed.
It's probably... I have one. Please don't be mad. It's the amount
It's live.
It's the amount of shoes around the house. Like, I'll come into the bedroom, and there's like a pair of flip-flops, and then there's a pair of sneakers, and there's a pair of fuzzy boots.
Yes.
And another pair of flip-flops
I've
over
been
here.
trying my best to clean them up. I really have.
And then I go in the living room, and there's some more flip-flops, and another pair of fuzzy boots.
a lot of shoes.
And I'm just like...
But you know exactly where I've been throughout the day.
Yeah, and I'm just, not saying that I don't throw clothes on the floor or I don't leave things out, because I know I do. But like the sheer amount of shoes. But I don't ever say anything. Usually what I do...
I think because you think it's cute.
What I usually do is I pick them up, I throw them in the closet, and I pick them up. I was like, I could gripe about this, or I could just pick them up and put them in the closet. That's That's about the only thing that I could think of. It doesn't make me angry, but it's sort of like
Yeah, come
more
in.
shoes.
There's more shoes.
There's more shoes.
Oh man.
You know, and if that's as bad as it
I
gets.
gotta go now.
Oh my.
Oh my gosh.
No, you didn't. Let's see.
Yes, we all have our music. Yeah, we do have. We all have our faults, but I don't think of it as a fault. You know, I just think, why is he doing that? He must be upset. So, actually, it helps me understand him more because then I know when to ask. So, what's going on? Are you okay? You're like,
Fine.
no, I'm fine. And he gets faster. It's like, and he gets both hands going.
I'm fine.
And you're not supposed to touch your face. We've touched our face so much.
I have already hand sanitized several
Yes, I
times
have.
today.
And I washed my hands.
Washed my hands. And
But still.
I've not come in contact with anybody since the last time I hand sanitized and washed.
It does help me know him better. So I like it. It's not annoying, but it sometimes it's concerning because I think, oh gosh, what's going on in his head?
He's thinking about something right now.
Yeah.
So there you go. Great question.
There you go, wifey.
Bubba Fang with the next question. You have your students listen to the classics in lessons. For example, Hammer of the Gods, Jimmy Page for you, Ryan, and the great Aretha Franklin for you, Angela. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Occasionally. If I have a student, I'm like, hey, let's learn a song. And they're like, what kind of song do you like? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Do you like Led Zeppelin? I don't know. Maybe. I'm like,
And they're like,
do you know who they are? I think so.
Yeah, maybe.
Have you heard this song? And I'll play them a song.
Like, oh yeah.
Not on a regular basis, but from time to time.
Yeah. I don't necessarily say, hey, you should really listen to this Aretha Franklin song. I really don't. But I'll ask them, so what is your favorite genre? They'll say, I don't know. I was like, well, do you know what a genre means? I have to tell them what a genre is. And then I'll list some people out of that genre and, for like classic R&B, Motown songs, I'll say stuff. And they're like, I don't know who that is. I'm like, oh, what? You don't know who this is? And then I'll play, some Smokey Robinson, or I'll play even Stevie Wonder. Some of them don't know who Stevie Wonder is. And so, anyways, yeah. Other than that, I don't really say, hey, we're going to learn this song. Because honestly, in East Texas, to teach somebody an Aretha Franklin song enough for them to do it justice it would take a long time to teach them that, and it would only amount to frustration on their part, because that is a height of some instances where you almost have to be born with it, or have been exposed to it from a young age to be able to nail something like that in a comfortable way where you feel like I can do this, and not be embarrassed. So we usually stick with genres, and I usually stick with stuff that they're used to. So.
Yeah, it's always good to ask them for what's a song you like or what are you into, and then go from there.
Yes, but I do play it for them.
Yeah, it's the students who don't know. They're like, I don't know. I'm like, well, check this out. So,
yeah.
Good question, Bubba Fang. Thank you so much. Next question, Big Johnson. What do y'all consider an overpriced electric guitar? #Thor. Oh, man, that's really tough.
I am such a frugal person that honestly
They're all overpriced.
Anything over $200 is expensive for me. It really is. It really is. Anything over $200, because after that it's like buying Nike. You're really just buying the name brand. You're just buying the name.
That's not true. There's a difference. Once you they're all made in the same factory. It's the same stuff. That's kind of tough, man.
Because then you have to think that pickups make a difference in the guitar.
They do.
The type of the wood makes a difference, I think.
It does.
And the type of strings.
They do.
But but
it's
a
just
lot of
wood
those
metal.
combinations, they're basically, you can have that in almost any guitar and make it sound pretty. And then also depends on the player.
Yeah. Now, I've seen some PRSs like in stores that are like $15,000. I'm like, that's a lot of money.
That's dumb.
When I worked at a big guitar store years ago, we had a custom order tailor. Like some dude custom ordered a tailor, custom shop. It was $10,000.
Right.
He got it, didn't like it, couldn't return it, but he could sell it back. So we had it for sale for $7,000, which means they probably gave him $5,000 for the return. But the manager was like, check this out, play this. I'm like, oh, do what now? He's like, yeah, play this. I'm like, I just played a $10,000 tailor. He's like, it doesn't play any better than my, whatever.
As someone who is just an outsider looking in, listening to like all you guys talk and gals talk about guitars, and then listening to the guitar, it's like, no, you could not. Any guitar that anybody has ever picked up, even if it was off our wall, like we have these $200 guitars on our wall, or you pick up something more expensive, and if someone who knows how to play is playing it, I would not be able to tell which one was the expensive guitar.
Yeah.
You can't.
Now, that's tough. I mean, I'll tell you what my comfort zone is. I think the most I've ever spent on a single guitar, I think was like $1,400. I think it was my PRS S2. Because it was brand new, and I mean, I got like 36-month no interest on it, so that was good. But I think it was like $1,450. That's the most I've ever spent on a single guitar. My comfort level of how much money I can write a check for, or swipe a card for, or pay cash for, it's probably around that $1,500 mark. I mean, there's a lot of guitars that I would like that are about $2,000, but I'm like, that feels like a lot of money.
It is.
I mean,
it is. It's some people's monthly check. So
yeah.
When you think about it that way, when you put it in perspective,
we've been that where we're like, we didn't make $2,000.
Oh my gosh! I remember when we were like, we're making $1,600 a month together. Like, remember?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
You know what we could do with $1,600 in a month?
You're like, oh man!
Oh my gosh.
If we could get to $2,000 a month.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
That
was a long
time. It's priorities. But I mean, if you can pay for it and you love the look and it's because so-and-so played it, go for it. I mean, I don't,
It's different for everybody.
Really
everybody's
is.
Situation is different.
Completely.
If we were making...
But I'm extremely frugal.
Yeah, if we were making like $300,000 a year, I'd be like, what's $3,000 for a guitar? Like, that's nothing.
Right.
If you're making $30,000 a year, $3,000 for a guitar is a lot.
Yes. Someone's not eating and you're sitting in the dark at home.
It's a heck of a lot. So it's all dependent on your financial situation. So
yes, or you have bad credit.
Yeah. So anyway, good question, Big Johnson. Thank you guys. What do you guys and gals consider to be overpriced for a guitar?
They're letting you know.
Yeah. Well, the people who are watching the replay.
Oh yes.
In the comments
Later on.
We got 3 questions left. Let's hit them real quick.
Yes.
Fat Philosopher. Thoughts on Dean guitars?
We're already over our time limit.
They're all right. I had a Dean acoustic for a while. I'm not a fan of some of their marketing. I'm not a fan of how they really seem to capitalize on Dimebag Darrell's death. Like after he died, because he'd recently come back to Dean, they just had an explosion of Dime signatures after he was gone.
Yeah.
But,
it is what
I still love Dime.
It's business.
It's just business. I mean, they make good guitars. There's nothing wrong with their guitars.
Yep.
I don't like their overly sexualized marketing.
Yeah, it makes it difficult for us to sell stuff like that in a mom and pop shop with children around.
Yeah, to our demographic here. But they're good guitars. I mean, I'd rather have a Washburn Dime personally with me, but
yeah.
Next question, Hugh Caldwell, Ryan. Do you think the new Schecter C1 Exotic Popular Burl would be a good choice over a PRS SE Custom 24? Cheers to you and Angela.
Thank you, Hugh.
Cheers, Hugh. Oh, that's a tough question, man. Those are probably pretty neck and neck, honestly. I like the Popular Burl, though, because that's becoming a very, popular look. But I have a custom 24 SE, which is like, it was like the 30th anniversary model. Yeah. And I like it a lot. It's a great guitar. So I don't know. I don't think you could go wrong with either one of those. I'm not a PRS dealer. I am a Schecter dealer. But, you know, either one you go with, I think would be fine. You know, you can't really go wrong with either one. I think they're both great choices. Which one do you like? Which one do you want the most? Flip a coin. Whichever. All right. Thank you, Hugh. Next question. Last question here. Nizzo Dizzo or Nizo Dizo. Should I buy a Fender or a Squier? Whichever one you can afford. If you can afford a Fender, get a USA Fender. If you can't, get the Squier. I've played both. I've played a cheap. A USA Fender is going to play and feel nicer than a cheap Squier. So whichever one, you can upgrade a Squier. You can replace hardware and components and things and make it much nicer, but then you're investing money. So I would probably get a used USA Fender or a used Mexican-made Fender. Over a Squier would be my choice. And that's all the questions from the pages. Do we have any? Let's check the last of the live questions. Yep. Dashler Dave.
What did he say about?
He said $200 is fairly low end. There are many good guitars in the $500 to $1,000 range that are a good bang for the buck. That is right, Dastardly Dave. Oh, sorry. It's the screen switched. Dale. The majority of my guitars that I own are in that $5 to $1,000 sort of range. The significant chunk of my 9 that I own, and I often play those a lot more than I played my more expensive ones. So you're right there for sure. I have not tried a Dean Cadillac. I used to kind of eyeball them because it's kind of their Les Paul sort of copy. Ish. I mean, it's like a Les Paul and Explorer had a baby. I didn't really like the look of it. I mean, I was intrigued by it, but not enough to get one. He said, don't underestimate a made in Mexico Fender. Yeah, no, those are great. Let's see. Dale says, I love my Schecter Solo 6 Custom, but haven't tried many PRS guitars. Yeah, the Solo 6 Custom is
It's playing at my parents' house.
I don't know. The BitterBassMan is texting me. Finishing. Ask RNA, Paul. Okay. So there we go. That's all of the questions from the last 2 weeks. We're caught up. We got some live questions. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We have to leave now and go have a birthday party for our son, who will be 15 tomorrow. We're going to go have pizza and cookie cake and presents. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. We will see y'all next week. Probably do it live again. We'll just see what the week brings and what's going on. If it'll be it might be from the house instead of the shop. But yeah. So you guys stay safe out there where you are. Be careful. Don't go out any more than you have to if you can avoid it. Wash your hands. Take a shower. Wash your beard.
Brush your teeth.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
Don't smoke.
Yeah, stop smoking.
Stop smoking, y'all.
Probably, if it's not too late for that.
Yes. Do yourself a favor.
Party at a safe distance.
Live long and prosper.
Don't shake hands.
Yes.
Yeah, but we hope everyone is doing real well. And stay tuned.
Party at a safe distance.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll see y'all in our next video. Until we see you again, keep the music alive. Oh, if you have a question for next week's Ask RNA, ask the question.
You just interrupted me.
People watching the replay.
Yeah.
I forget. I mean, people watching live, but a lot of people are going to watch the replay.
Truth.
So, ask your question for next week.
Yes.
And so, if we're live, we'll read those questions first, and then take live questions. And super secret hashtag of the day. If you watch this whole video on the replay, super secret hashtag. Do you have one in mind? So what you don't know is normally we have no idea, and then we take about 3 minutes to figure it out.
This is what we do.
We're like, what do you think?
I don't know.
No, I don't like that one.
No,
that's too long. Too many words. But we can't do that live, so now we will come up with it live.
Yes, you'll get to watch it. Go watch the awkward.
Hashtag cheap guitar. I don't know.
That's long. That's
Too long?
There's Paul.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see. What other questions? Buttercup. Hashtag Buttercup. Hashtag.
Come say hi.
It's only 5 o'clock, so I was going to do a drive-by gift drop-off, and
Yes.
nobody's there.
I don't know. Hashtag quarantine.
Hashtag quarantine. That's a good one.
Oh, you're delayed.
Yeah.
There's a delay.
There's always a delay.
Yeah.
Come on in.
Come on in. We have to put.
They're gonna hear it now. See, they see us talking. They know that you're there.
I don't know what camera I'm looking at.
Look at the phone.
Okay. Oh.
Awkward pause.
Awkward, yeah.
Awkward pause.
In action.
Here's his gift.
Okay.
We will give it to him.
I didn't want to be around a large gathering, so.
Yeah. No. And there's little kids.
There are small children's there.
Yeah. Oh, they say hey. They're saying hi.
Hi, BB man. Hashtag stay well.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't see that. This delay's throwing me off.
Yeah. There you go. Come over. We're too
There's no
close.
place to sit.
You have to
I
look.
gotta squat down.
Look at my phone camera.
Okay. Hi. This is awkward.
Yes, that's you. That's normal.
Everyone's
Hi,
saying,
whoever say.
where have you been? We said at work or at home painting cabinets.
Yeah, I don't get to spend time quarantined anywhere.
Yeah,
Healthcare workers.
that's right. So we're kind of leaning.
He's highly
This
contagious.
I am
Actually.
not. I wear my Batman mask.
Yes.
Highly contagious
I'll
baseman.
get a chair. You guys want me to hang out a second or no?
Well, we're wrapping
We're
it up.
wrapping it up.
So we're about to be finished. So we can go have a party.
Okay.
Later, people.
Yes.
I'll see you guys later. Tell me
Okay.
happy birthday.
Bye.
That was good.
Don't shake any hands.
Yes.
Live long and prosper.
That or I won't hug anybody either.
Yeah.
Social distance.
Now you don't get any hugs.
Level expert.
Level expert. That is so true. That is so you.
There
All
you
right. Be
Bye.
careful. Okay.
Hashtag.
There you go.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah. See, look, you got him.
Ask and he shall appear.
It's like the Candyman.
Yes. Ew. Scary. You know they're remaking that.
Or was it Candyman? Or was it, who was the other one? With the hook.
Candyman.
Okay.
They're redoing it, and the original Candyman guy's gonna be in it.
Really?
Mhm.
As the Candyman?
Yeah, but it's like I think he has a son or something.
How many times are you supposed to not say it?
3.
We're over the limit.
Yes, we are. Okay.
All right. What was our hashtag?
Quarantine
Hashtag quarantine.
or get better or no coughing. I don't know. All
right.
Yes, quarantine's fine.
Hashtag quarantine. If you watch the whole video in the comments on the replay, and we'll know that you're amazing and we appreciate you. And until then, keep the music alive.
Don't forget it.
Music needs you.
And you need the music.
And we need to keep it alive. And we need to keep alive for the next generation.
Yes, we do for the next generation.
Yeah, for sure. All right.
Virtual hugs.
He said virtual hugs are just not the same.
I know, it's so weird, and I'm a hugger.
Paul hates hugs.
Paul
So
hates
if you ever
them.
meet him in person, go in for a hug,
He's
which will be
getting-
really weird because he won't know you. And it's like, who's this stranger hugging me? Actually, don't do that because he might punch you in the face.
Yeah, he might hurt you.
He likes to box for fun.
Yes.
So
He doesn't hurt me because I'm his sister. So,
basically.
yeah.
All right. We'll see you guys later. We got to go party. Bye.
Bye. I'll just sit here awkwardly.
Yeah, you do that until I can turn the thing off.
It looks like the screen's frozen, but it's not.
It's not. Oh, I'm still connected to the microphone.
Oh gosh. You're all jiggly. It's all
Oh,
jiggle,
man.
jiggle, jiggles.
Jigglypuff.